So earlier you guys were talking about how much risk entrepreneurs are taking and how you feel that women do maybe sometimes a better job of analyzing the risk. But then you take the risk. Why? Because you want to get the reward. But sometimes entrepreneurs don't have a good vision of what the reward can be or goals to set so that they can have an exit or a thing. So what are some things that entrepreneurs can do when they're trying to think about planning and down the road so that if they do all the hard work, they can get the reward?
Yeah. I think that a lot of it is who you surround yourself with early on in your company to like help advise you through some of those situations that pop up based on experiences that they've seen. So whether it's board members are a huge one, whether it's from kind of like an industry expert or somebody that's from one of your investors to kind of help drive decision making and have more opinions at the table, to weigh the risks, to figure out which ones make sense to take, how to mitigate the risk, what kind of the end game is, helping you find people for potential exits based on their contacts. I mean, I think you're right that if there wasn't any risk involved, nobody would do it because it wouldn't be fun and nobody would make any money. So you can't take the risk out entirely. But I think what the data has shown is that women are more curious and want to understand the risks in more detail because they're less comfortable in taking higher risks. Not that they won't, but I think that whether it's from like a lack of confidence or experience playing the game, they want to understand it and understand all the options. What if we do this? What if we do that? If this goes wrong, what do we do in response? Like they want to think through all of it because they feel they have to or whatever. But you have to like a certain degree of risk to be an entrepreneur in the first place. So I think that's probably what I've seen that has worked.
So you're beginning with the end in mind. What are we reaching to? What is this business going to? Where's the end game?
Exactly.
And when we have those conversations in our discovery with clients, that really is a lot to do with the business planning and getting the right people set up.
Yeah.
Just like you're talking about having the team early.
Yeah.
Your group does an excellent job surrounding startups with all this professional knowledge and advice at a reduced cost.
Yeah.
That really generates the ecosystem locally and gives people a fair shake at bringing their idea into the world.
Yeah.
Helping them with understanding shares, and issuing and registering their business and getting those shares, maybe even converting a structure from an LLC to a C Corp so that they're positioned to do a thing that they want to do in the end. Should they be an S Corp first? Well, if your goal is to issue shares, then do you really need to have an S Corp? You just go right to a C Corp.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to consider. And I think we definitely try to be cost conscious with that. But like just last week, I was working with a new startup client. It actually was a female founded business, co-founded. And it's for an app that it's femtech, which is one of like the up and coming areas. It's an app that caters to working moms specifically and utilizes AI to help schedule activities, to pull resources for things that you need to learn more about for your kid or your job or whatever. It takes like a lot of the administrative headache out of your day. And she worked in finance for 5 or 10 years. She's Harvard educated. She had a mentor who helped her get to that place. And the mentor was helping her. It was her mentor, and her husband, who were the founders of the business. Well, the mentor really took advantage of her when they founded the business because they used an attorney that was more his personal attorney, not the attorney for the business. The mentor was supposed to be an advisor. He was not full-time for the company. He wasn't contributing know-how, business plan, anything valuable. And he took a third of the company. Normally, market for an advisor that's like on the board or actually like doing something for a certain number of hours per week, it's like 0.25%. Exactly. It's like extremely low. So now we're trying to undo this the best we can. We can only do so much. It's messy. Investors know. So I think it just really goes to like, you really just have to know what you don't know and get good advice from the beginning if you can. And now it's going to be more expensive. They have investors sitting on the sidelines that are ready to invest money, but we can't let them until we clean up this issue on the cap table. So that's a great example of a very bright, very driven, very
being taken
advantage of.
Having the right team. So Brian's question in, what is this? Where is this entrepreneur headed? And having all of this expertise along the way really does help shape the outcome.
Yeah.
Which is the important part. And taking a holistic approach on the person.
Yeah.
We start with personal money. Whenever we're dealing with entrepreneurs or career divas, it's start with your home. Your home's got to be right first. Who in their right mind is going to lend you money if your personal finances are a mess?
Yeah.
It starts at all, right? That's where your foundation is. That's a great question.